on guys, it is me Jam Sankith here on F1 2000 for championship season here with Johnny Herbert's Jaguar. As you can see, this is qualifying. We've used all his 12 laps, but that's how close we are to Mika Hakkinen at the minute. So I'm just going to go straight on and end session, and Hakkinen's on pole. I always thought that wasn't going to be anyone different, but look how, oh, he did improve his time, but look how close we was. That was actually quite good. So I'll hand you over to the commentator now for the grid, of course. Hopefully we can win this one. It's 16 laps though. Yeah, second place. Frentzen in fourth. I'm going to need to figure out somewhere to put this face cam, to be honest, where it's not blocking off this grid.
Excellent 8th, Jarno Trulli. 9th place, Ricardo Zonta. 10th, Ralf Schumacher. 11th place, Villeneuve in the second BAR.
This is weird having not to talk even with my headset on and that.
Alesi in the leading Prost. 14th, Jos Verstappen. 15th, Alexander Wurz in the second Benetton. 16th place, Salo. 17th place.
Did it show Coulthard yet?
18th place, De La Rosa.
Couldn't tell you.
19th,
Diniz,
in the second
Genet.
20th place, Marc Genet.
Button in last.
21st.
Well, button in last, that's not, oh, don't want that camera. Right, don't get bogged down on the start, and here we go, lights are on for the Australian Grand Prix, and they're out. We do get slightly bogged down a little, but we come across to blunt Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari. As we brake now for turn 1, as we run massively wide at turn 1, we've been hit by someone. I could feel that. But now we're being passed by a BMW Williams, who we repass, of course. I think what I might do is I might put it over the me face cam over the you know, the speedo, because that's not really important, is it, at the minute? But here we go, we're coming down into this final, well, not final turn, but into sector 2 now, and we went from 2nd to 5th on the first corner, which wasn't too good for us, was it? No. Hopefully this race can be pretty good, but oh, Barrichello's right behind us now. I was looking forward to this because I always love the Jaguar team, and I would like to do very well for him here in this race, or in this entire season, of course, because this is only race 1. I was going to do either Benetton or Williams, but I thought, no, we'll do Jaguar. Everyone likes Jaguar, don't they? Oh! Yep, that was kind of my fault. There we go, green flags are out, and can we get past this Benetton and Fisichella into 3rd place? We're coming up alongside him. Yes, we are able to do that. Into turn 1 as we got 15 laps to go now. Oh, I hit the barrier. So I was just checking both recordings. Yeah, that might have been our fault, because we hit the back of him, but I think his car just blew up anyway. But can we get around Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari? These two were teammates, of course, back at Benetton, where Johnny Herbert won 2 Grand Prix with Benetton, and one with Stewart in '99, of course, the European Grand Prix. Not really sure what to say about this race, apart from trying not to get a penalty, because that has happened. Because it don't warn you, it don't give you a warning for corner cutting. You just do it enough times and it gives you the penalty. And that might be a corner cutting a little bit there, but come on, can we get past Michael or get close to him? But I'll take 3rd place. Will take 3rd place here in this Australian Grand Prix if I have to, because I'm not looking to win a Grand Prix at the minute, not until we get later on in the season, of course, even though that it was competitive out the blocks as we saw in qualifying. But you know, I'll be happy to just finish here, as we got fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Over the curbs quite nicely there. as we are actually catching up to Schumacher in the Ferrari. It's just picking a spot. He makes a bit of a mistake there with a bit of tyre smoke. We run massively wide there. I keep the throttling, which isn't helping for next corner, but at least we're ahead of Fisichella though. There we go, that's nice through there. Come on. There we go. Come on, we can get him, we can get him. We're gonna go. It's gonna be a good race. Couldn't get my words out. There we go, through that. I love that complex. While I was league racing on Xbox at one point, I actually took pole at this track when I did it, when I was in the GP3 series. Of course, it was on F1 2013, I think it was. But I actually took pole around here in Melbourne with that, through that chicane. But here we go, we're passing Michael Schumacher now. Down the front straightaway, we cross the line, set the fastest lap, take second place off Michael Schumacher, and now his next target is back to Mika Hakkinen in the McLaren, or the leading McLaren, as Jim Rosenthaler's saying. We've made a big mistake there. We spun it coming out of turn 3. Can we get back on track? That's not the best way to start. We was doing so well. There's Coulthard in 6th place now as he's passing us, but that wasn't what I was planning on trying to do on my way to catch Hakkinen and Coulthard. David Coulthard just, oh, we've been passed by Eddie Irvine in the lead, well, the number 1 driver at Jaguar so far. We've been passed by him. It's going to be almost impossible to win the race now as we spin out again. And Alesi hits us quite a few times, and we're going to have to pit because look, we've got wheel damage and that's going to come off. I know it is because it's happened before in my videos. For sure it's happened before. Yeah, I know I've got some serious problems. Don't spin it. No. We've ditched it in the gravel. Well, no, come on. Let's just get it back to the pit lane. Try and take it carefully. Says that, and I go up into 5th gear. We're gonna have to go to the end of the Grand Prix now, aren't we? Come on, don't wreck the car. Come on. Can't believe we've got these repairs. We're going to end up probably finishing a lap down in the first Grand Prix. Drama here at Melbourne. Don't be oh god, it has to be that type of pit lane, doesn't it? Yeah, we've got some repairs to do in this race, quite a lot. Oh, so you still expect... No, we're not pitting again. We're staying out. We're staying out to the end. There's no other way, is there? Come on, we've got all those tyres on, we just need these repairs now. I can't believe this. I really can't. It's not good for us, is it? Go. Got the stickers on the tyres, and brand new tyres for this race. Well, for this one and only stint. I'm over 30 seconds behind Button on lap 5 of 16. I'm surprised we haven't retired yet. You know, I'm surprised at the problems we've had in this Grand Prix already. I know it didn't sound like I was perked up a little bit. Cars running, not running after 5 laps, only Frentzen. I felt sure I was going to be one of them that weren't going to be running. 48.9 seconds behind Jenson Button. That's understandable, but yep, let's try and have a bit of a spurt on him. We're not going to be in chance for any points here, I don't think. But the field was quite close together when we was, you know, well, when we was having all them problems with spinning and that. Well, it was Alesi that hit me that caused the problem, so Alesi that hit me in the Prost. I don't know what Sauber were thinking when they signed him, or Prost, what they thought, but Alesi was a good driver, I respect him. I do like Alesi. Especially when he drove for Ferrari. He won his first Grand Prix in Canada in '95, of course. Is there anyone pitting? No. I'm catching the car in front. What's the gap now between us then? It could have been so different this race. Damn it. Can't believe I made a big mistake. It took us 10 minutes to complete, well, not 10 minutes, it took us what's happened with Irvine? What's happened with Irvine? What? I don't know what he said something about Irvine. Oh, people coming online, which I do need to know how to turn that off, but I don't mind them being in videos. I might have to actually get them in a proper video soon, rather than just the names. That's sure, that's for sure. Over the curbs there. Yeah. Oh, Irvine is in 20th. No, don't spin it. Come on, keep it straight. There we go. Keep it on the right. Keep it on the tarmac. So we don't want to go off into the grass unless we're rallying. But we're not rallying though, are we? No. Might feel like we are. But you know. Well, that was my fault. We've got 10 laps to go now in this Grand Prix. As we did cut the corner a little bit, but I like the little TV overlays that tells you. Right, that's what it is. They're telling us that people are in the pits and we should move up a position. 38.4, that is brilliant. That we go into the end of the Grand Prix with. No, it shouldn't move. Well, it should move us up a position, but at the end of the day, it's not going to, is it? Because, well, the amount of problems we've had. You'd think it would, but I can't understand why Jensen's last in this race, this race at the minute. I can't understand. I just can't understand it. But here we go. We're coming around the final couple corners. Genet is now in 20th as we lock up going into the second to last corner. Brazil should be a lot better for us. I'll make sure of that. As we're coming across the line now, more than 20 seconds behind Genet. Hakkinen's pitting, so oh my god, he was basically behind me. Oh my god, we was almost at threat of being a lap down. But it proves though that we did have the pace to try and beat Hakkinen, because well, we was running in second at the time of the incident, but we was managing to stay ahead of him. Fisichella is in first place. Any cars out? Well, no, only Frentzen, but let's get on their brakes heavy here because we're catching Genet. I'm sorry that this race isn't probably the best race that we've had for a while. Well, no, well, it should move us up a position, but we're so far back, aren't we? Need Genet and all that to pit again if they're going to make a second stop to be able to gain a few positions, I think. Heavy on the brakes down into that turn. I'm not quite sure what number it is because there's so many. But we're coming to second to last turn again. Don't lock the brakes up. Well, we did, but it didn't cause us much of a problem. Bit of a tight line through there, not what I would have wanted. But it's just hot lapping now, knowing that we could have been on pole as well, so. Second half of the race, yep. And I am still in 21st. To be honest, it wasn't for the lack of trying, because this is where we had his problems up at turn 3. Fisichella's now pitting in the Bennington Renault. I should have picked the Bennington, although I probably would have spun that one as well. Did I gain about 4 or 5 seconds on him? Hakkinen's leading Zon to second. Schumacher's in first place. Fair enough. Fisichella comes across the line in the pit lane. Barrichello's in 5th, so it says. Wirtz in 6th position. I know I keep saying is it coming up and you can see it, but who's pitting? But it shouldn't move us up a position. Stop making it out like the will. It won't. Don't worry guys, this championship, there's no need to like tune out, you know, right now, because this championship will heat up, and of course it's only the first race. It's not the end of the World Championship as yet, and I'm hoping it's not the end of the World Championship, because, well, it should be a decent season. There we go. That would have been enough to put us on pole position, but we still would have had all them problems. But yeah, Gaston Mazzacani, Gaston Mazzacani, I don't really know. There's so many ways of, you know, what is it, pronouncing his name. But yeah, it's always been Mazzacani. And I can't understand why they say Mazzacani. But it's everyone to their own, isn't it? But hopefully this race won't be a sign of things to come within the championship season. I'm hoping this should be. Get off the grass, James. Now we've dropped time to Gaston Mazzacani through that sector because of the grass, but there we go. Come on, we can at least pass a Minardi? There's a friend going offline now. Can it actually move us up a position rather than just saying it's gonna do? De La Rosa's in the pit lane. It might be a position that we could pass, but not like that. Not if we get on the grass again like that. Not good. Oh, sorry about that. 9 seconds behind Pedro De La Rosa, who did turn out to be a Jaguar driver at one point. And what I'm going to be doing is, instead of it just being a normal F1 2000 season and that's it, I'm going to move on to F1 2001 at the end of this season, you know, and do a championship on that, and probably continue it until the 2006 game, if you guys would like that. I know I certainly would, because I've been thinking about it for a few days. That's why I went out today looking for a good version of the F1 game from, well, the Studio 33 rather than the EA Sports version, but I'm settling for EA Sports. It's still got all the TV overlays. Hasn't got Murray Walker, mind you, but it's still pretty good. Okay, so we are catching Pedro De La Rosa in the Arrows. Well, he's in the Arrows, I'm in the Jaguar, of course. And it's not been a good race for our Johnny Herbert. It's not been a good race. Like I said, it should be a lot better. Even when we get... I've not really played this game much on expert difficulty, which it's on the hardest one. But here we go, coming across the line again. Well, I don't really know. I'm thinking I'm gaining time. Oh, I didn't know where I was just disorientated at that point. I don't know what's going off at the minute with this beautiful looking Jaguar. Where is Pedro De La Rosa? He shouldn't be far off, should he? We shouldn't be far off De La Rosa. Well, it's 3 seconds behind him, so we should be seeing him coming into view anytime soon. And it still remains that Frenson's the only car out. Yep. Can we just get around it? Yeah, there we go. That's nice. I was hoping we could have got around that corner. But yeah, I've enjoyed this race. You know, it might not seem like I have, but I have done. It's not going to be a long video neither. It's going to be about 20-25 minutes long, depending on how long it's going to take for the rest of this race to be completed. And I'm determined to finish on the lead lap in every Grand Prix. And I could have won the first Grand Prix. There's De La Rosa. There he is. There's Pedro De La Rosa. On the power now. There we go. Under the Firestone. Why is it Firestone when there was only Bridgestone and Michelin? There's 2 cars here, and there's 4 laps remain for us in this Grand Prix now. Can we get past Della Rosa without a problem down into turn 3? Yes, we can. Heavy on the brakes. Heavy braking there. Brake disc blowing there. As we pass Pedro Della Rosa, and the game will be a bit laggy since we're behind another car for some reason, but welcome to classic F1 gaming. I'm not going to try there on Mazzacani. Gaston Mazzacani. Can we get him down into this turn now? This is where I will risk it though. On the brakes, heavy. Heavy on the brakes. Lock him up. He stays ahead as we went up on 2 wheels on the exit of that chicane. And thankfully Jenson Button is not last. Can there be at least a British driver that does get in the points? Whether it is my teammate Irvine, because I'm out to win the drivers, and hopefully we can win the constructors for Jaguar. Gaston Mazzacani almost, you know, crashed into us through there, but he blocked it quite well. And I will dive up the inside here. On the brakes, not good enough. We lost all his momentum there. We're still ahead of Della Rosa, of course, as we were coming around to start lap 15. No, 14, sorry. I wish I was on lap 15. Ahead of everyone else, but fighting with Gaston Mazzacani. That's forced us to be about 4 seconds off after we're running wide a few times. We're not going to get him down into this turn 3 complex, of course. We're a bit too far back, but he's spun out. He's spun out, that's dealt with our problem. But at least these drivers do make mistakes and there is failures on. But here we are. Can we get past his teammate Marc Genet? I swear Genet did, yeah. I was just about to say, I swear he drove for me Minardi, but of course he is driving a Minardi because it's the bright yellow one from 2000. That was a shock when I saw that on grid. For first race when I saw it about 15 years ago. But Zonta in second place, but nobody's touched Hakkinen today. It's just making me wonder now, would we have been able to stick with him? I think we could have done. But you know, it happens. You can't win them all. And it seems like we can't win one at the minute. Because with the way the NASCAR 07 career mode I'm doing, that's not turning... Well, the last... Michigan was good. The last races at Michigan and Texas. Milwaukee's looking to be a good race for us, but back with the F1 season that we're on doing now, could we get past... How is that Minardi just slightly quicker than us? As we start lap 15, as we're coming alongside Marc Genet, down into turn 1, heavy on the brakes again. We run wide, but I'm keeping it on the curb and we're ahead. I'm going to give him some room if he wants to try and pass us. He's ahead of us at the minute. This is great racing with a Minardi. Oh, and we're ahead of him. Never mind. Now we're on to Josh Verstappen. I was going to say Max Verstappen, but it's not. And then is that Jacques Villeneuve in the BAR Honda ahead of him? I think it is. So the two V's next to each other. There's Verstappen and Villeneuve. At least I think it's Villeneuve, because there's not many other white cars now in F1 since Stewart left. Yeah, it should be Villeneuve, because if Zonta's leading... Come on, let's get past Verstappen. Don't get on the grass. Never mind. As Hakkinen probably is starting his final lap of the Grand Prix now. We're coming around to try and overtake Josh Verstappen for 17th. I don't know why I was having to think about that, but as we hit Josh Verstappen, did not mean that. Okay, so that's another car out after contact with us. That wasn't deliberate contact, and no, it was Button. Button lost his rear wing. Did you see that? I hope I can pass Jenson Button, so we're on for 16th position. Can we just end this lap now? End this lap of the in 15th. We're just ahead of Marc Genet. Button lost his rear wing. But why did he retire from the race? Button, they could. Oh well. Then again, it was on last lap. I thought it were Villeneuve, but it turns out it were Button. Sad for Button. We've got 3 cars out. Who? Who did it say? He didn't say. He didn't say Hakkinen, did he? No, I thought he said Schumacher from what I heard. No. So it was Hakkinen, Zonta. Right, so he's telling you the race results. as we've just got a few more corners to go. Yeah, nice one. Oh, crossing the, well, not crossing the line. We're going to be crossing the line soon, and I do apologise, it's not been the best video. And Irvine 8th and Herbert coming across the line in 16th, but it wasn't on purpose, of course. It wasn't to be helped. We could have had a lot better race. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, leave it a like, and I will see you later. And I will, of course, I'll hand you over to the commentator now, Jim Rosenthal. So thank you for watching this, and I will see you soon.
And another race comes to an end. Yet another disappointment for Johnny Herbert. What terrible luck. Well, that ends today's race, and all that's left for me to say is thank you for joining us. We hope you'll join us again for the next race.